recorded to your Maximilianist of demises. And do you know whilst we're here, let's take our B-reel! Anyways.
I think I might tweet from my personal today, just the stream link out.
Hey man, what's it gonna get, 2 likes? Yeah?
It might not get any likes.
2 likes? Yeah, my man with the 2 likes in that, yeah!
The impressions might be high, so I'm hoping for a high impression rate.
Yeah!
I think Maggie's just trying to like...
I'm being obnoxiously loud, and what?
You're being obnoxious, for stop, mate.
Hey! Well, that's not very nice, is it?
Compose a new tweet.
Hey! I'm assuming we won't get many people in chat yet. Bearing in mind that we'll have to look. Oh, we already have people in chat. Who the bloody... who in the bloody hell is already coming into... I'm not even going to check the notifications because, you know, you guys aren't even worth it. I'm going for my B-reel. Sorry, lads. Oh, Niels! Niels is getting reacted to. No one else has been reacted to at the minute. You can get reacted to. Who else? Can I be bothered to react to anyone else right now? Not you. You're disgusting. Sorry.
Alright guys, I'm on chat duty while Maggie's being...
No, you're not. Yeah, actually, you're on chat duty. Yeah. Are you taking the pill? What the hell?
I don't know who LWW0909 is, but good day to you as well, mate.
Why have I just got a message from someone random on Snapchat? If they're stalking the stream, I swear to God.
Ryan says good day, he knows me too well. He knows me. Greeting of choice. Verify saying goats, I mean... Hey, you're lucky.
Common verify W. As usual. You know. I'm an Aussie. Considering the fact LWW0909 you're an Aussie and I don't know who you are. Sorry mate, can't exactly make a reference to you. But you know, it's what it is.
I'm an Aussie. We have an Aussie in the chat. Oh my lord.
So what's life like being backwards?
No, mate.
No, it's a good question. What's life like being backwards? I have a great
connection with the Aussies. I love them so much, and I would.
So you're backwards as well. You're backwards as well. Is that how it is? Oh, Cameron, you disappoint me.
I'm not backwards.
Oh, you disappoint me. No, do not talk over me, young lad, okay? My turn to speak. You are backwards confirmed. Here we go. Fabrizio Romano, tweet it in the Formula V social media that Cameron is backwards confirmed.
I'm not backwards.
Yes!
I'm not backwards, but it's nice to meet you, LW. Even if
it's nice to meet you, considering the fact that you're an Aussie. What's life like being surrounded by sharks and kangaroos having boxing matches?
Leave him alone.
No. He gets the bullying he's a newcomer, so he gets his bullying. What's life like being surrounded by kangaroos that fight each other on the regular?
You're never going to be able to commentate again.
Yeah, I am. They love me.
Ryan's just called you a bully.
Okay. Ryan, you've got a bowl-shaped head.
LW says
it's really cool. Fairs. Ryan, I'm a bully. Ryan, I'm a bully. Hold on a minute, Ryan, I'm a bully. You have a bowl-shaped head. Shush. Thanks. Anyways, we move on. We're getting ready to go for qualifying, and for some reason I've been pinged like twice in here already. What?
It's cause
yes, stream is up. Yes, stream's up. Come on, Evans, that's poor. You need to know when the stream's up. Literally from the get-go, it's poor. Oh yeah, I forgot how Formula V have taken a massive.
Matty woke up and chose violence.
No, I just usually insult people in qualifying and then actually try during the race. Morris, hello lads. Hello Morris. I'm never gonna bully you because Morris is a hidden sigma, and yeah.
Ryan, look at the you belly there.
I want to eat a cookie.
English.
I want to eat a cookie. You know, I really want to eat a cookie.
Obscure,
Get people ready up
happening,
already!
lads?
I'm doing
Hello,
the
Obscure.
Italian. Oh, hello, Obscure. Cam Shush, I messed up.
Ryan can't type.
Ryan, you fumbled an insult, you prat. Ha ha ha. Sorry. Anyways. It's 7:03 here. What's that? Matty, of course you're thinking about food. Cool. It should be you're, not you. So, yeah, just next time, focus up on your insults, you know?
Anyway, Matty, can we get to qualify, please? I don't want to get cancelled.
No, it's fine. Formula V Evans will do nothing. They love me, really. They won't care about qualifying. They'll care only about the race, you know? Possible wet race! Possible wet race!
Thank you, Obscure.
Yeah, Josh, you've been demoted. Confirmed, Josh, you've been demoted.
Have we only got 19?
Hello, Victor. How are we?
Have we only got 19?
Yeah, it's like everyone and them. Alpine is like the only team in here, and I see that's a common W from Alpine. You know, E is all what it is. Heavy rain! Heavy rain! Heavy rain! I've been told. In the race, apparently. That's what I've been told. But apparently it's saying clear, according to the monster. I have no clue. Oh!
Must be playing up.
One does not have a clue. Matty W. Amen, but, you know, you don't have to remind me. As I believe the first person to come out...
Ignore me. Just go. Just commentate, Matthew.
Oh, sorry. Oliver's the first person out. Obviously in this US of A setting. I was trying to be funny there with a little pun, but it doesn't work. So basically, what me and Cameron are going to try to do is we're going to try and get a Top Gun. You know that thing where like Charles Leclerc, he got over the top of turn 7 and it had a really cool camera angle. I hope F1 will give it to us. Then we'll go. We got it! We got it! Yes! I need... Do you know what we need for a TikTok? We need that, but with my voiceover going over it. Formula V Top Gun edition. Yes! Oh my god, Formula V's gone Top Gun! No, you don't understand.
Oliver just gave it.
Yeah, Oliver's decided to go to an ice skating rink. Matty sounds
different. Matty hit puberty, that's why, guys. He finally hit puberty. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
For reasons of we're streaming, I can't say what I want to say. Cameron, you're going to get some whooping after the stream.
Why is Andreas on mediums?
Andreas is on mediums? Because it's Andreas. Andreas is Norwegian. They do different things in Scandinavia. Anyways, Oliver is going to be the first person to set a lap here around Code. So enough of the silly talk. It's time to get down to business. As someone, Cameron, you gave me a quote just before stream started. It's like... Oh, a Marvel character. Let's do this, a-holes. But for reasons I actually can't say the quote.
Continue.
Cameron can say the quote as we go through the S sections, going through 6th and 5th gear, taking it through as we go now towards the Top Gun area, should I say. No, I'm not going to do another Top Gun voiceover for every time we get that camera angle, even though that was an amazing camera angle from Oliver. As we go through, heading past the DRS detection point, obviously a lot of controversy there with F1 Esports last year, if you know, with Nicholas Longue missing the DRS detection point. So that could be a factor here today, as Oliver going down the long straight, and quite literally, I think he's seeing Jesus at the minute, because from my commentary angle, and probably Cameron's as well, you can literally see Jesus over the sunset as Oliver is going now to the end of the second sector. It's a 103.3 for the second sector split times, and average lap time here is around a 133, 134 for these drivers. Obviously, and Oliver has done a spinala, but a perfect 360, which we will respect. However, I need to whip up the old track map because I don't know who's next. There's a Infernal Cheese. No, it's a red car. Jacobo obviously on his out lap. I'll talk about Jacobo soon enough. He'll get his own little segment in this qualifying session, as well as Troy. He'll get his own little segment as well in the qualifying session. Don't worry, lads, you will not go unnoticed. I know a lot of drivers are leaving the Formula V grid after this race. However, you know, two drivers we really need to talk about is Verify with a 133.5. It's the first lap currently and is on provisional pole, P1 in all sectors, and Forzan goes 0.3 quicker with a 133.2. Question.
This may be awfully unprofessional, but is this the last race?
Yes.
Oh no!
Oh, my goodness gracious, golly gosh!
Penultimate. I thought it was penultimate.
Verify's retired! Verify's died, he's decided. Wait, let's see from Forzan. Oh, he's decided. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Verify! Sorry. But anyways. So, a lot of drivers. Fraser Fisher with a 133.6 on his first lap. Next up is going to be, I believe, no, Jacobo starting his lap. Speaking of Jacobo, do you know what? We'll let Jacobo go on his lap. However, I'm going to talk about Jacobo. I haven't promised him this, but I'm also going to give a little segment for this for Troy as well when he does a lap. Jacobo, obviously, this is going to be his last ever race in Formula V, car number 66 for 6 seasons in a row. The only driver to go from season 1 through to 6 in Division 1 entirely. Always having a full-time Division 1 seat. He is obviously the first and inaugural Formula V drivers champion in season 1. Ever since he's put up challenges with Rick, Kieran and Troy, all of the other drivers champions of Formula V. He's put up a wildly good challenge. He is known as the Lion of Formula V, the wildly old fox, and obviously the most experienced driver on the grid in terms of Formula V stats. A lot of race wins, a lot of podiums, and a lot of points finishes as well. Jacobo, obviously coming on his second sector split of 103.9 in the Alfa Romeo. Obviously there is rumours of him not taking over the Alfa Romeo team principal spots. This will be down basically to what Phil's decision is, and that will be by the end of the day that you will find this out, either through Fabrizio Romano or Jacobo or Phil themselves. But Jacobo going through the long right-handers and now to the double left. Obviously, he is one of the greats, if not the greatest Formula V driver to set foot in a car. It is going to be a 134.8 for Jacobo, which is actually the slowest time so far. He's probably just got a little bit melted down. So, however,
I must say,
yeah.
Absolute true Brexit geezer as well.
Steamroller. Me and Cameron, we gave him the name of the Steamroller. We've given him many names over the years, and it is actually years that we've given him names. But Steamroller seems to be the most iconic for some reason. However,
it's the most recent.
I'm gonna say that there is definitely a GOAT debate in Formula V for the best driver to ever live or drive in Formula V. Jacobo is most certainly in that debate, and if he's not in your names of the greatest Formula V driver of all time, then my friend, you're smoking pop, because he's got to be in there. He may not be your number 1, but he is definitely top 4, if not top 3 of all time. Obviously the 4 currently in the debate, well 3 definitely. Kieran, Rick and Jacobo are 100% in the debate. Troy, when he comes out, I'll give him his little testimony, but after Troy's departure today, could potentially be in the GOAT debate. Cameron, I'm actually going to ask you this. Who is the GOAT of Formula V? In your opinion, who is the GOAT of Formula V?
I've been about to quite a lot of times, but even then it's been very on and off. I mean, I've met some very cool people, and I can't say, to be quite frank.
You can't say?
All those 4, they're all great. They're all different in skill, but which one may hold more skill, the other holds more character. And it's like, there isn't just one defining factor of the greatest of all time. I say that, yes, skill is much important, but having just a strong, like, positive outtake on racing, which is what Jacobo has. Like, yeah, he wins his races sometimes, but even when he comes down, he takes the positive outlook and just comes back again, season after season after season. So, That's why he's very much like on par with those others that you named. But I can't pick between the four of them. They're all really amazing.
I definitely have an answer. However, I'm not going to give the answer. I might give the answer at the end of the race, because, you know, I might. But I have a definitive answer, and I can argue for the answer, quite frankly. And you can argue with me for the answer. But, you know, we're on board with Forzan, currently the man on provisional pole by 0.3 of a second. Obviously, as we know, Troy has not set a lap yet, and Troy will most certainly be up there with Forzan in terms of qualifying pace. A lot of messages in chat, but I think it's just people asking each other how they are, which we respect, of course. Please keep, you know, check up on your friends, because...
They were asking how you were, Matthew.
Oh, they're asking how I am? Really? Actually,
yeah, Morris said how.
No, then are they actually asking how I am?
Morris just
wow.
Said, how
okay.
Feeling, man?
I respect it. I'm doing iffy. I'll be honest. I'm doing okay. Not bad, not great, but you know, I'm happy because I'm doing comms with Cameron, and I'm doing comms over Formula V. There you go. I'm happy right now. Ask me the question in 2.5 hours, maybe my answer will be changed. But it's a 1:33.0 for Forzan. He goes 0.2 quicker and is half a second clear of the field. Troy, obviously still in the pit lane. Haas versus Alpine is obviously the biggest battle today, but Alpine can lose that P2 spot to one of two teams, McLaren and Alfa Romeo. So Alfa Romeo and McLaren cannot win the Constructors, however they can still get P2 if results do not go Alpine's way. I don't know why my Alpine... No?
There you go, you're good now.
Sorry. So I'll just reiterate my point of McLaren and Alfa Romeo, that yes, they cannot win the Constructors title today. However, they can get P2. Obviously, there's another battle through the field of AlphaTauri versus Williams versus Ferrari. Obviously, AlphaTauri are currently in the driving seat. However, Williams are only, I believe, 4 points behind, and Ferrari aren't many points behind. Williams and Ferrari are both looking to save their jobs for next season. It's almost looking as it's fate for Williams. However, Ferrari, the job could still be in Ray Ray's hands for next season. However, it is hanging by a thread. So Final Flame and Infernal Cheese have to do something incredible, pull out some incredible points today if they want Ray Ray to keep his job, as I believe that is Tibbs or someone has just gone P9. That is the Monster with a 133.999. You know, literally in the 133s.
If you were on about the spinner, Aiden's spun, which was the cause of that brief yellow flag. Of course, not the permanent driver of Alpine, I believe, a reserve driver for today.
J-Horse is currently on a 133.6 in the Haas. His accompanied rival of Verify is only a 10th ahead, but obviously he is currently out of the qualifying session because of a crash down at turn 7, I believe it was. You know, in the Top Gun section, we're going to call it, because myself and Cameron don't know track layouts very well, and we don't exactly study for them because we're not weird. Sorry, if you're a commentator and you study the track layout like there's no tomorrow, then I find you a bit weird. Sorry. Jacobo coming across the line. Panda in the AlphaTauri goes P2 with a 133.1. Jacobo with a 134.3 goes P11. So it's a good lap there from the Alfa Romeo driver. His teammate, however, Josh, is on a 133.7. He is in P6. Apparently... So basically, Mercedes, apparently Adam or Suzuki, his job is gone. Apparently, his job is completely gone, and apparently someone's mic is really messed up. That's probably mine. Don't know why.
It was yours earlier.
Oh, okay. I'm just checking chat now. So basically, I think Mercedes, you know, Adam, he's had a good run as a TP this season, but he has been sacked from the job. However, it's basically Williams versus Ferrari currently for the final spots. So one of them will, you know. So McLaren need a 1-2 with fastest lap, and Alpine needs no points for P2.
Is this the Is this in regards to the new regulation where it's like if the bottom 2 teams, they lose team principal?
However, next season it's only the bottom TP that will get sacked, so it was changing from 2 to 1 next season. So actually, I'm gonna talk a little bit of transfer business because McLaren are doing some shady things in terms of transfers. We don't know the full story, but De Monster was apparently signed to McLaren for next season. De Monster has come out and basically done a Piastri and said no, but it's just alternative ways. I'm not going to sign for McLaren, which probably means that Oliveira could be out the door because Fraser Fishy should, and I say should be staying at McLaren for next season. If he doesn't, Veloxi's letting a real hard hitter go. So that means Oliveira is potentially going out the door. So if you're a team principal next season, you haven't got a Division 1 driver, Oliveira could be your man. Redemption arc potentially. Oliveira been in McLaren obviously since season 3, I believe actually season 2, if I'm not mistaken. I know I was teammates with him in season 3 and for the first part of season 4 before I left the team. But he's been in McLaren for 5 seasons basically, 4 or 5 seasons should I say. You know, he's a strong driver, 3/10 quicker in Sector 2, which will put him basically in P11. It's kind of P10 are kind of all together, and then the rest are kind of with each other. Yeah, Corey, you were going to say something.
So, where's the monster going, then?
We're not sure.
And where is he staying?
We're not sure.
Because if he's not signing with McLaren, he can go to Alpine for the pure funny move of... I'm not meaning to leak Ryan's lineup or anything, but Ryan has got a full lineup already. So, sorry. However, the funny joke is gone.
However, I talked about Jacobo, and he is out on track. So I am going to talk about Troy. He's wearing currently the gold and black helmet, which is something we haven't seen, but I'm assuming it's a champion's helmet. He is one of the 4 in the debate for the greatest of all time, and knowing Troy's huge ginormous ego, which I can totally relate to, you know, he is, well, he likes to think of himself as the greatest and nothing short of. Obviously, he has been probably the most, if not the most dominant Formula V driver we've ever seen since season 2 in Kieran. Obviously, Kieran has the most accolades and wins, but that was a longer calendar. And if we take it as they both had the same amount, like same time calendar, Troy is actually more dominant. More points per race, more wins at this time than Kieran in season 2. So if you put it on the same sort of calendar, Troy is more dominant, but because of more races, Kieran will always have more points, more accolades. You know, he will be the most dominant, probably, Kieran, for a fair while. However, in terms of stats and in the same time frame, Troy is the most dominant driver in Formula V history. He is the one of the 2 people to win back-to-back Formula V Constructors and Drivers' Championships alongside LFR Rick, who is sadly not with us anymore. Not actually, he's dead, but, you know, he's no longer races in the league. As qualifying is over, Andreas goes P3. Yes, I know we haven't updated much times. Final Flamer, his own home GP, goes P4 with a 133.5, but we'll go through the times eventually. However, Troy, you know, no looking back for this season. Last season when we interviewed him in the last race, I don't know if you remember this, but he said, I'm going for the title, domination, nothing less, as Forzan goes a 132.7, 4/10 clear. But back onto Troy, he said, I'm going for the win, domination, nothing less. And quite frankly, he's been the most dominating driver we've ever seen in terms of Formula V history. So some people will put him down as their go-to of Formula V, and he is going to sadly not be racing with us next season. He's going to be the team principal of Haas, innating the position of Mr. Hand Sanitizer, who is arguably the most inactive team principal we will ever see in Formula V history. But Troy will be stepping up into the role of team principal. But what is the time that he will be able to set? Will he be able to set his last race on pole position, potentially? Forzan with a 132.9. 33.7. It's an enormously insane time. What will the time be for Troy? Will it be pole position? No, it's P2. A 133.0. Panda has invalidated. But it is Forzan who is on pole in the Mercedes by 0.3 of a second. Wow, great lap from Forzan. Cameron, any thoughts?
Oh my goodness gracious, absolute W for Forzan there. To be fair though, Troy did only have one lap though. He did try and do like the, I'm going to come out in the last 3 minutes, do one lap and try and snag pole. But I appreciate the boldness, and I appreciate that I recognise the game he's getting at, but it's a risky game, and risk comes with loss and reward. But today it was loss.
Yeah, only one lap for Troy. He has 2 new sets of softs, obviously, 0.3 off pole, but you know he probably has the pace. You know, 2 Swedes make the front row with a Norwegian in P3 of Panda. It's Andreas in P4, Final Flame in P5, Verify P6, Fraser Fishy P7, Josh P8, Oliver P9, Infernal Cheese in Ferrari. Big strong showing from Ferrari in P10, Jammy P11, Demonster P12, Jacobo in his last race starts from P13, Tibbs in P14, Aiden Jones in P15, Oliveira in his potential last race in P16, Rio, we're unsure on his future, is in P17, Mama Zelda in P18, J-Horse is in P19 with a disqualification because of going the wrong way as he's lost his front wing. So Haas is at the back, Haas is at the front, Haas versus Alpine for the constructors. We have 28 or 9 laps ahead of us here at USA. Who will come out top? You will find out next.
I think the real fight for the constructors is going to be between McLaren and Alpine. I think Haas have gotten away with it.
Well, McLaren. Actually, no, it's not, because it is extremely close.
No, they haven't.
So, Cameron, my friend, you are washed in terms of knowledge, because the gap between Haas and Alpine is, I think it's around 21 points, if I'm off the top, 19 or 21. It's one of those two. So it's definitely possible for Alpine to win the constructors. Alfa Romeo, are 40 points behind, and McLaren need basically maximum points. They need 1-2
Matthew,
fastest lap. Yes.
I hate to Uno reverse card you, but in fact, you are wrong with a previous statement. You said that Troy was double back-to-back constructors and drivers' championship, although Haas can still lose the constructors' championship.
Very true, but I'm going to say that it's going to be a double back-to-back because Troy should win this race, which means that Alpine can't outscore them.
Alpine 1-2 Haas double disqualification.
Yeah, that's possible. It's 100% possible, but Troy is going for domination, basically. Obviously with a formation lap, we're going to have a look at tyres. 28 laps is ahead of us, a predicted pit stop strategy is a 1 stop from mediums to hards, or 2 stop medium hard. However, there are drivers who are starting on the hards. Front 2 starting on the hard tyres, Josh Tomo in 8th on the hard tyres, Demonster in 12th on the hard tyres, and J-Horse in last on the hard tyres. So a lot of drivers on the mediums and hards, no soft runners. Obviously if you're running softs at the start, then you're a little bit weird, but nonetheless I'm really looking forward to this finale. Obviously myself and Cameron, we don't put much energy into qualifying, and for that we are sorry. However, all of our energy for some reason seems to splurge out in the race, and you know, we can't exactly fault it. However, it's Formula V. There'll probably be a safety car lap 1. That's just Formula V for you folks. If you're obviously new, then enjoy lap 1 comms, because it's something that we get a privilege to do. So, and also another thing that myself and Cameron are both going to announce whilst we're here, next season, obviously us and Formula V, we have to decide if we're going to continue to do comms next season for Formula V. I can confirm it's a yes. Myself and Cameron are staying put on Saturday nights. Not every Saturday night, obviously, we do have a life, but on most Saturday nights you will hear myself and Cameron for Formula V commentary. So we are staying put. Obviously it's a thing every season. It's basically a guaranteed yes, but yes, we are staying put. I've been asked that twice in the space of the last like 24 hours by like 2 people. So yes, we are staying next season. Matty getting his lungs ready. Yes, I am. And the fact is that I really need a drink of water. So I'm going to, you know, preempt myself. Let's say that. Yeah, obviously myself and Cameron, I absolutely love doing comms with this man. You know, I can say this in front of anyone, he's the best person I've ever commentated with. You could put me with the best commentator in the world and I'd still pick him over anyone, quite frankly. But enough of simping over Cameron. We have 28 laps ahead of us.
I don't get why he feels this way. I just sit here and talk.
Because we are just like we have so much chemistry when you know, and I'm not joking. You should hear our pre-chat conversations. But anyways, Troy can't park his car. Confirmed. He's washed. Anyways, you know, we have 28 laps ahead of us for the season finale. It's Haas versus Alpine for the constructors' titles. One is wrapped up. One is still to go. Let's remove the tyres very quickly. Jamie's been disqualified as well because he can't park his car. But here we go. 28 laps are ahead of us. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And we are racing. Go, go, go. It's a pretty even start off the line from Forzan. But Forzan gets a great second phase. Troy is being bumped down on the start. Final Flame is going to get a good start. It's Forzan. It's a P1. Troy is keeping goes down to P3. It's Panda who gets into P2. Fraser Fishy and Final Flame. I think about this at the back. It's absolute chaos at the back with a Haas, an Alpine, a McLaren all involved at the back there as a Williams. I believe that's a DeMonster who's going wide as well. But it is Forzan who keeps P1. Troy is egging himself to get past Panda, but he's under pressure from Verify, who's had an amazing start off the line. Only 2.5 tenths separate them. Troy is using his overtake to get past Panda. Panda's looking for a move down the inside. No, there's also DeMonster who is defending from Infernal She's down in P11 as Oliver, Jacobo and Fraser Fishy. So Oliver and Jacobo going side by side, but there's a 3 wide battle, I think, behind as well. Potentially, no, as Oliver and Fraser Fishy, Jacobo, they're still side by side. They're still side by side here. Fraser Fishy's pushing Infernal Cheese or Final Flame to the wall and back. But Oliver is being pushed down by Jacobo. He gets to Venom right now, going around the outside. He goes down the inside, but Jacobo has got the outside as P1 and P2. Forzan and Panda are going side by side. The AlphaTauri and the Mercedes. Can the AlphaTauri get it done? No. Forzan keeps it, but Panda's got the inside line. Is there going to be contact? No. No contact for the minute. Forzan keeps P1 ahead of Panda, and Troy is just going to stick behind as Josh and Andreas are also looking to swabble as well for positions. No, there is going to be nothing there, but some poor starts from Aidan Jones, J Hawes and Oliveira. Jamie as well having a spinning moment. Oliver already having a 3-second penalty for multiple time warnings. That is because of exceeding track limits, as Andreas and Josh are going to go side by side going so on. Andreas sends it down the inside going into P5. Josh cannot get the move done in terms of the switchback. Andreas is up in a P5. It's a very clean and classy move from the Williams driver, and that is lap 1 finished, folks. It's still very, very hectic around the grid. However, the most chaotic part of my commentary session is finished as a it's Troy! Troy spun! He's hit Andreas! The wing has gone off, but the tables have most certainly turned. Jaguar's got a 5-second penalty. It's a virtual safety car. And as I just say, the chaos has ended. Oh, it's just ensued again, because one Haas is at the back and a second one is about to be at the back because Troy has spun and lost his front wing in the race that he is needed the most for the team, in his last race potentially in Formula V history. He has lost his front wing. Yes, it's only lap 2, but a lot of things can be decided on lap 2. There is still obviously a race to win for Troy, and Troy can most certainly win the race. However, his chances have been weakened.
I think the worst part is he started at the front on the hulk, which isn't a bad thing, but now he's in the midfield of all the medium tyre people.
Oh, we're going, sorry.
People, yeah, we are going. But the people on the medium tyres, as you see, are just breezing past because it's just...
Yeah, and obviously Andreas has been caught up in the action, and he has got no front wing. So he's having to box, been caught up very badly. Oliver's up into P4 somehow. Mercedes, for the fact that Adam was saying about his job could technically still be in a balance because he can get P8 in the constructors' standings if it currently stays like this. So, Suzuki, your job is still there for the taking. You just got to rely on Oliver and Forzan to pull out a madness for you. But obviously Alpine are currently in the driving seat. They will not be Constructors' Championship as of now because it's only 15 points they will gain because of Verify. So it's a very slim chance. But I'd be hopeful if I were you. Personally, as I'm a commentator, I've got to give everyone hope. Currently, no overtakes. There's seeming to be, you know, it's about 7/10. If I'm looking at ERS levels, Panda has a lot more ERS than Forzan. I'm not going to put it up because it makes things a little bit unprofessional. Sorry. But obviously, there's still a battle in the constructors as well between Alfa Romeo and McLaren. Currently, I believe Alfa Romeo would still be in 3rd place. With Alpine in 2nd, about 6 or 7 points behind Haas in the lead. Jacobo has overtaken Mama Zelda as Mama Zelda, I believe, has got caught in an incident with the Monster. Yes, obviously last week's race winner on track got a penalty after the race, which caused him to lose the win out to Troy. Has had an incident with Mama Zelda. I'm sweating so much. I don't know why. I think it's because I've been exploding. 137.6 is the fastest lap currently before Forzan. A verify out would be nice, says Bufferino Phil. That's a pleasant way to wish something on a driver, but I get your point. As we'll go on board here with verify, going through the S's currently, just in the chillax sort of mode. He says he's feeling confident going into this race. However, obviously anything can change. Oliver has the 3-second time penalty along with Jacko with a 5-second penalty. Last week he got it removed. He should get it removed again this week because it's just an unnormal penalty. A good driver. Yeah, he is a good driver, but maybe at Alfa Romeo next season. Maybe. So I think by the fact that Phil just said that, Phil, can you please confirm to the stream if you're going to stay as Alfa Romeo team principal next season? Please. Just confirm, please and thank you. As Panda, looking for the move on Forzan, can't get it done. As Aiden Jones and Tibbs, they are getting quite feisty, and Aiden Jones is going to get past. Tibbs maybe down the inside. Who's going to break later? It is going to be Aiden Jones who gets past, covers off the inside nicely, and Phil is staying. So Jacobo, your hopes of team principal is not going to be at Alfa Romeo next season. It's going to be Bufferino Phil who's going to keep the remains. You've heard it here first, people. Bufferino Phil is staying as Alfa Romeo team principal, and we have caught it live because Infernal Cheese, Rios just almost has had a scare of his life because Infernal Cheese was in the middle of the track, almost causing a bombaric incident as Infernal Cheese in the Ferrari trying to keep Ray's job is down to P15 after spinning, and is spun again. Oh no, his tyres are so warm. As Andreas and Troy have got to be mindful of a raging Ferrari car. For some reason he's not pit for new tyres. Don't know why he would, because he'll probably spin again, knowing Infernal Cheese. As Troy with a 137.5 sets the fastest lap. That is Jaffa Cake, Ryan Smith. That's who it is. Just letting you know, because I know people. So, Aiden Jones with a 3-second penalty for multiple track limit warnings. Infernal Cheese has once again spun in the Ferrari. Anyways, there is a massive DRS train now. Rio is at the front of it, Jacobo and Aiden in the middle of it, and Tibbs is at the back of it. As Jacobo looking for the move, potentially going down the inside. No, he cannot get it done. A quick finish for Jacobo in his last race would definitely, you know, be very nice. It's not Ryan though. Aiden's been making good progress. Div 1 capable deserves to be there. Obviously, if you remember from season 5, I was the Red Bull team principal, and I did give Aiden some Division 1 game time. Obviously was not the luckiest driver in the world, let's say, but yellow flag in sector 3, that is for a Red Bull of Mama Zelda, who was spun round. Unfortunately, it's been a poor end to the season for Mama Zelda. Unlucky in terms of spins and bad luck in general. So we'll see if we can pick it up next season, even if he's got a seat next season. So speaking of Rich Cameron, should we go through the grid and talk about people's futures for next season?
Before you start getting too caught up in long-winded conversation, I think you should take a look up to the heavens firstly. I think things are about to get a lot more interesting because I think there is some rain on the way.
Ooh.
And
Cameron with the ideological ways. This is why I have him here, because I go into condescending conversation and Cameron just brings me back to reality. Because rain is apparently on the way. That's a deciding point. Yeah, I will go through the drivers next season in terms of their futures. Forzan, we've been told Jacobo and Aiden Jones, they're going side by side. I think no, Jacobo's probably just got past Aiden Jones. Again, yellow flag in sector 2. Who's that for? That's for Jammy, who's had a moment, had a little bit of a spin. Panda, sorry, Forzan spun. Oh my word! It's Forzan who's had a moment.
Just as Suzuki says, rain is not what my drivers need. His drivers start spinning out. I think the track is starting to get a little bit greasy. There might just be a little bit of rain.
Forzan's starting to lose that car. You can see from the helicopter shot. You can see the oversteering and the warm, how hot the tyres are. That Forzan is starting to lose temperature of those tyres, and it's not for the good. As the Monster gets a 3-second penalty. Do you know what? Never mind about transfer talk for next season. Let's focus on this season and this current race, as Panda's also spun in the AlphaTauri. Forzan did it about half a sector ago, and Panda follows suit. So it is Verify, and as it stands, Alpine would be Constructors Champions.
I tell you what, though, the Verify, he's been quite notorious to do alright in the rain. He tends to run a bit more higher downforce than some of the drivers on the grid, but it depends with his pre-weekend strategy. He said he felt good coming into the weekend.
And speaking of rain, I think I have just seen the first droplet. I believe
it's already been coming down. I think it's
as a yellow flag in sector 3. That is for Infernal Cheese, having problems spinning today, unfortunately. But Forzan and Panda looking to do a little bit of a tradies of positions as Panda lets Forzan go through. Yellow flag in sector 3 again for Infernal Cheese, who does spin. Final Flame currently trying to keep Ray's job afloat. Obviously, it's quite a big battle for the last for the two people who have lost their jobs. Obviously, for Team Principal potentially, as Mamazelda has lost. Has lost connection to the race. Yeah, he's lost connection.
And Cheese is retired. And
Cheese is retired.
In the pit lane.
It's unlucky, especially in his conquest for a seat next season. I'm not sure Team Principals will be too amazed by that performance in Division 1 for him. However, it is unlucky. Oliver, 6/10. Yes, go on.
Yeah, I was going to say, can I just draw your attention to Oliver? He's from the start of the season, when he was picking up, 10 seconds of penalties per race. He's got some penalties, but when he was picking up his penalties, he was running P14, but now he's running up in P2 now. He's come a long way as a driver.
And do you know what? We take complete credit for that, as there's an overtake for P14 as Troy, the championship leader, goes down the inside on Andreas. Andreas, obviously the new hot wonder kid for this season, gets swiftly overtaken by Troy, and Troy says thank you very much. But obviously, as onto Oliver, myself and Cameron take enormous credit for him and his development because we gassed him up in one Abu Dhabi race. Formula Beast, aka Helium, saw this as the gullible 13-year-old he is and decided to sign him, and then thought, because after 4 races he thought, nah, I'm not going to have him, so he kicked him off the team, and Adam or Suzuki just said, yeah, I'll come in on nestle you into the team, and he's performed well ever since. As there's a yellow flag for what?
It's a VSC.
A VSC for what?
Debris build-up, probably, would be my educated guess.
But for what? What debris and where is the debris?
I think someone has just smashed into a wall.
But who? And let us check who was smashed into a wall.
Check the front wings there.
That's what I'm doing. It's the monster! I don't know why I went to him immediately. I should have gone to him immediately. But it was the monster who has smashed into a wall. Currently the Williams has got no front wing. As we are go once again. And Verify's dropped Oliver out of the DRS. and Forzan is looking for a move.
Sector 1 now.
Yeah, Forzan is going for the move on Fraser Fishy into turn 1. He sends it down the inside of the McLaren driver. Panda as well is also there, lingering in the distance. And can Fishy maybe get the move done? No, Panda has almost, and keyword almost, lost the car. My goodness, what a save. I don't know how he's kept that car still on the track. That is a massive save there, as Giacomo as well looking for the move on Aiden Jones, trying to maybe halter Alpine. Obviously Alfa Romeo is still in a battle with Alpine for P2 in the constructors. Obviously Alpine looking higher than Alfa Romeo at the minute. That's not trying to diminish, but speaking of Alpine, Alfa Romeo and Haas, there is a points battle between Alpine, Alfa Romeo and Haas. Jay Hawes, Giacomo and Aiden Jones are all involved in a 3-car battle. Yellow flag in sector 2, that is for Jamie, who has spun round at the Top Gun section. Yes, I don't know what corners are called, so I'm going to call them the Top Gun section, as Giacomo has no ERS. None of them have any ERS for that fact. Giacomo maybe going to defend from Jay Hawes. Jay Hawes going to look around the outside. Where's Jay Hawes gone? He's gone into the abyss. That's where he's gone. Been sent to the back rooms. Yeah, no other real overtaking manoeuvres right now, should I say. But Oliver's got back into verified CRS, showing Oliver has a lot of pace in that Mercedes. Cameron, this is your cue to say something, by the way. But you know, if you want to stay silent, you can stay silent. You know, be boring.
Pineapple.
Pineapple.
Brother, you said say something, and I said something. There's just segue.
Oliveira has spun. Oh, Jamie spun round. Once again, the flying Finn has unfortunately, you know, not found his. Oh my goodness gracious me! He is spinning harder than you spin me right round, baby. Cue the song TikTok. But anyways, Jamie, a tough race for him. He's staying next season. Aiden Jones is retired. It's a safety car.
Ooh.
And Aiden Jones potentially handing the championship over to Haas.
Well, Verify still got a P1.
Verify's got P1, but Haas are now brought back into the race.
Yeah.
So the championship is Haas's for the taking. It's just a matter of fact of Verify has got to pull something out of the bag. It's 19 points. So as it stands, Alpine will still be champions. However, I'm not 100% sure. 1, 2, 4. So 7th. Yeah. So our Haas needs to finish basically 7th or above to secure the championship for Haas this season. Obviously, a lot of drivers are now pitting under the safety car. Forzan has decided to stay out. Obviously, he's on the hard tyres. Can Oliver get the jump on Verify? No, very close to though. As Josh goes into his box. But Forzan is your current race leader. Jay Hawes has stayed out up into P5, maybe even up into P4, ahead of Oliver.
Some people... hold on, I hate to interrupt you here, but you
go on.
Something very crucial here. This rain is still oncoming.
Oh my God!
Panda and Rio onto intermediates, which I believe is the right choice of tyre right now.
Yes!
Or
yes!
Even then, even if the rain isn't coming...
The rain is coming! It's coming fast! And it's coming hard! Do you see it?
Suzuki has just said in the chat, oh, the word I cannot say. But let's just say there's been a goof and everyone else coming into the pit.
And oh my God! It's out! Oh my words! People have pit for dries!
What a blunder! It's literally raining on
It's gonna be Panda, Panda, Rio, and then Troy. It's definitely wet conditions. I think it's wet conditions at the end of this lap.
No, it's raining now. The track is already
very moist. I mean,
it's
into conditions right now, 100%.
What, full wet? You're saying?
No, inters.
No, not. I mean, like, at the end of this lap, you're saying it's going to be full wet.
No. It's going to be wet conditions. Like it's going to be interconditions.
No.
There's already a wet line forming.
It's already intermediate conditions, but they're just lucky they're behind a safety car right now. They can all pit, but all those people who've already pitted onto Inters are going to be so much more in benefit. So unless a driver really wants to go ice skating around America, be my guess, because there's a Haas there, J-Horse, going very wide because of its slippy slidey time on the track.
Yeah, but Panda is going to inherit the race lead, and that means everything that Verified, Forza and Final Flame have built up is going to be just diminished because of a wrong strategy call.
It was just a rare strategic blunder.
Yeah.
So, honestly.
So everyone is coming into the pit. For some reason, there are people staying out. Who in their right mind is Verified? Why has he decided to stay out? And Oliver, why have you decided to stay out if the safety car comes in this lap, which it probably will?
Which it probably won't actually, because everyone's pitting.
Well, it probably will come in this lap. That's the thing, because everyone will be able to catch up to the safety car. So how?
I know Verify runs very high and runs higher downforce, so maybe he's thinking, I'm running a wet setup. It's not wet enough for me to put on him.
Well, it's definitely wet enough. It's either that or you can't see straight.
I think Verify knows what he's doing, but I think he is in a mass blunder right now.
Ryan and Suzuki, we need your thoughts on this. What is happening to your drivers? Because, oh my word, they're in the wrong place. You know?
Papaya.
So I genuinely, what on earth has happened to Verified? Because I believe safety car will be in unless there's a stallage, potentially from Troy, which I'm assuming Troy wants to get back to the safety car as quickly as possible, and so would Jacobo.
Yeah, he would.
Will the safety car come in this lap? I'm assuming so, because the call would be made in about 3, 2, 1. It would be made now, but obviously it can be made anywhere from up here till the pit. So Verify and Oliver have got to be praying to the gods. I
think that they need a lot of heat in those tyres, so they need to start warming them up now.
Well, Inters are definitely the right call.
Well, yeah, Inters are definitely the choice of tyre, but they're going to be running out on a slick compound. They need temperature in them now.
I have no words on Oliver, nothing. I can't believe that. But however, I think they might have been blessed because safety car has come in. Not coming in, sorry, it's staying out. So are Verify and Oliver going to pits?
I don't think they will. I don't think they will.
They're staying out! What on earth? Are they going for the full wets? Are they just gonna like stay out for till the full wets?
Jammy's retired.
So unfortunate for Jammy, but it is. Are they waiting for the full wet potentially?
I think I might know what they're doing. I think I might know.
Waiting for the full wets probably, unless it's going to turn dry again.
I don't think they are.
They're still waiting for it to turn dry.
No, it's definitely still raining on the track.
Or they're they're just driving. They're doing what Lewis Hamilton did in Turkey 2020 instead it's the other way around. Slicks in with.
I believe the rain is meant to stick about for a bit.
So what are they trying to do, Canberra? You tell me, Mister. I know it all.
Well, I think they're gonna wait until. Well, obviously.
Oh, we have note from Mercedes of what's happening.
Yeah, it's drying up in like a matter of laps, and because the safety car came out right as it started to rain.
But
they're gonna try and play it risky and do 2 to 3 laps probably like more closer to 5 laps.
So that's what Alpine and Mercedes are doing. They're waiting for it to go, but it does seem pretty wet.
My question is when the intermediates turn to slintermediates. Slintermediates, for those who aren't aware, is where the tread on the tyre essentially has been worn out from all the wet driving, and it essentially becomes a really durable slick tyre. So the question is, if the rain is going to stop soon, the drivers on the intermediates really need to start wearing down.
And the safety car is in this lap!
I say if the rain's stopping soon, everyone in the intermediate needs to start weaving like mad.
And I think what people need to do is they need to get rid of the traffic that is verifying Oliver. Panda has got to make light work of them and as quickly as possible. So I genuinely don't know what's happened with this strategy call. If you asked me to predict this, I wouldn't have been able to. So you know what? This is just what Formula V does to you. It brings out some of the weirdest things that you'll ever see in mankind history. However, Verify is going to lead us away on the safety car restart in slick conditions. This could either be the best gamble in the world or the worst gamble in the world. Obviously, 2-lap-old hards would definitely get you to the end of the race. And Verify is pitting? And Oliver has hit Panda as we're waiting to go. Oliver can't even get the car straight. And they've gone? As Panda's going to lead us away. Oliver is struggling for grip. Verify's completely blundered it. And the grip difference is just astronomical right now. As, it's now from who's gone round. Who is it? As Jay Hawes. I thought it was Josh that went round, but it was Jay Hawes that's gone round. Verify, however, is 8 seconds back from the pack.
Oh, the grid there got 5 seconds for ignoring yellow flags, by the way. Don't know why.
That was because of an illegal overtake, because of Oliver.
Probably because of an illegal overtake, yeah.
And Oliver is being swarmed by the grid, and there seems to be an incident involving Oliver. He has spun round and has zero grip in that Mercedes. Yeah. Oh no, as the yellow flag again in Sector 2, that is for Oliveira, who's spun round. Oh no. As Verify's already caught up to a stricken Oliver. In the wet conditions.
The only way you were going to survive the wet conditions with slick tyres is if you put them in a kiln, turn them to goo and put them on your car, and so you would just be stuck to the track with like super glue.
Yeah, pretty much. As Fraser Fishy and DeMonster looking to go side by side through this next section. DeMonster and Fraser Fishy getting contact, getting a little bit feisty between them. As DeMonster maybe going to go around the outside. No, goes for the switchback on Fraser Fishy. No, Fraser Fishy has it cut off, but Troy is right there. Can he get it done? Maybe going around the outside. DeMonster keeping the car nice and centered. It's good defending from the Williams. At the minute, can Troy get it done? No. He has to stay put for now. Maybe going for a dive down the inside, having a look, going to switch back. Gets his braking point wrong, however. But is again going to sit back. Tibbs in the Aston Martin up to P6. Great points from him so far. I'll be honest, Cameron, you're going to have to leave for a few minutes because my voice is going so much I need a glass of water. Just give me 2 seconds.
Okay, well, I mean, Troy are currently fighting with the monster. They're going to be approaching Fraser Fishy. It's not the first time we've seen these two have a little bit of a scrap. CPO Troy and Fraser Fishy, the monster. Gave a little bit of hard time ship to Troy in the last race, but someone's asked for penalties. I'll read them because I can't show them to you on the screen. Panda 5, Rio 8. The monster 3 is CPI Troy, still trying to get past. Jacobo 3. J-Horse 6, Oliveira getting past Malmazelda, Oliveira with 3, and Oliver with 3. Those are all in seconds. So Josh Tomo 4 down, change positions. The monster gets past Tibbs, so now Tibbs be acting as a buffer in this fight for Troy and the monster, while Fraser Fishy is actually pulling away relatively quickly, although the monster isn't going to let that slide. Tibbs isn't going to let getting the monster, letting the English. The monster get... No! Anyway. Forget it. Forza and Tomo are fighting, and it's Forza.
Indeed they are.
On top there.
I'll take it in 2 seconds.
I was just saying that Troy has, and the monster now have a space with Tibbs in between them. You can go from there. I read out the penalties for the people, unless you really want to show them.
Caution, I guess. There you go. 5 seconds for Panda, 8 seconds for Ray. I'm sure Cameron's already told you this. 3 seconds for the Monster, an overtake for Troy. 3 seconds for Jacobo. That was a nice pun. 6 seconds for J Halls, 3 seconds for Oliveira, and 3 seconds for Oliver. As Jacobo looking on the back of Tibbs. Tibbs has somehow dropped from P6 to P9 in 1 lap. Ha, 6-9. Heh, funny. That was my best Peter Griffin impression. As Jacobo looking for the move, maybe going to go for a late dive bomb. No, he's going to have to sit back. Troy running wide at turn 1, getting it all wrong, it seems, at the minute. But Panda is your man in front, but currently Forzan would be your man to win. So this could potentially keep the job for Suzuki, maybe, who knows, depending on P2 results, of course. Oh, sorry, Division 2 results as well. So
Jacobo and Tibbs are still having a little bit of a scrap, and Tibbs is actually just done Jacobo in there. Actually, like, properly done him in.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening to Tibbs, but seen on the wet weather driving, Verify's managed to catch up to a little pack, that pack being on a singular car of Oliveira, as Jacobo getting the switchback potentially done on Tibbs. He's going to have an ERS advantage, a straight line speed advantage, as you can hear them go at the minute, you know, trying to do that little old meme. But Jacobo going to look for a move maybe down the inside. Late breaks. He's the last of the late breakers. There's a reason. He's been doing this for 6 seasons. He gets himself on the P9. But Tibbs is not going to go down without a fight. He goes down the inside. Going to the right-hander. Jacobo keeps it long. He keeps it wide. And he is around the outside. Goes Jacobo into P9. It's final flame up into P5.
Andreas riding in the inside back corner though.
Oh, I didn't see that. I was too focused on final flame. Oh, he's gone around the outside. Speaking of final flame, Fraser Fishy, sorry, I was looking at Andreas' overtake, and at the same time that's happened, there's a lot of overtakes, as Troye has overtaken the Monster as well up into P7, but up front, final flame has got behind Fraser Fishy, should I say, as Forzan looking for the move on Rio as well. Overtakes Central as Andreas has got Tibbs. I believe Tibbs is into the pits unless Tibbs has spun. No, he's in the pits. Is he retiring potentially? No, he's boxing for new inters. Fair enough. As Forzan's still looking for the move there on Rio, and Josh Tomo might have to come in there and say, you know, what's up, my homies, because I'm about to slide into this battle.
I think Josh Tomo needs to be like, excuse me, bruh.
Yeah, excuse me, bruh. You know, as Forzan down the inside to Rio, he's got it done. Wow. This is just some amazing racing, because this racing is so good. I would double it and give it to the next person as Forzan's out. He's crashed with Rio.
Oh my lord!
This racing is truly so good. I would double it and pass it to the next person, because Forzan's race has been snapped in an instant, and his front tyre has been snapped. Rio with 13 seconds worth of penalties.
Mate.
Yes.
It's not a bad time to tell you that I think it stopped raining. I think the track's starting to dry.
It's still raining. Just.
I thought it looked like.
But it is getting lighter. I'll give you that. It is getting lighter. However,
it looked like in one of the sectors it would stop.
However, I'm sorry, Adam Suzuki. I'm gonna have to say this now, but I don't think you're gonna keep your job. I'm so sorry. Forzan was your one chance. Rio has retired from the session, which means, out of all of this, Ray, your job could be still okay. Could. Oisin, your job could be gone, potentially. Actually, no, it won't be because of your Division 2 results. So, final flame, you've got to pull out of madness here for Ray and for Ferrari. The man who has been slated not only by the entire server, but also by myself all season, could have a chance to go F you in our faces, to whom it may concern F you, and pull out a madness of our results. Matty, I'll let you call me Adam. Thank you, Adam. Sorry, I don't know if I should call people first names or not. However, I'm assuming Forzan is about to absolutely go ballistic. That's what I think is going to happen.
I can confirm in a minute. Hold on, I can see if I can confirm that.
I think Panda's 5 seconds should be removed, in my opinion, personally. So, but Jesus, that's chaos. Verify's back into the race now, back into P9. So, but currently Haas would still be constructors champions with Troy in P5. Tyres, please. Sorry. Everyone, J-Horse is on dries! And he's not looking good because he's got the slidiness of a tarantula in the water. And he's got no front wing.
He's also got no front wing.
Yeah, so I don't think dries is the best thing right now. If I had to make an educated decision. Yeah, no, so I don't mean to say this is a little prophecy, but say that Panda, you know, in the widely regarded world that stewards don't remove Panda's penalty, Joshua Tomo would get his first win in Formula V after 6 seasons of trying.
He was chasing that in the
Monza.
last race as well.
Monza.
He's been on the podium.
Yeah, 5 seasons he's been trying for a win in the Alfa Romeo. Been in Alfa Romeo for 5 seasons. If we're including his Division 2 time, then he's been at Alfa Romeo for 6 seasons. Why should Panda's penalty be removed? Because Oliver spun at the start of the safety car restart. Panda pits under the safety car, so Panda overtook Oliver because Oliver spun at the last corner when he was on dries in wet conditions before the safety car line, and obviously he's not going to stop. You know, it was deemed as an illegal overtake. It should be removed.
I think.
However, he's serving the penalty. He's removing his front wing. Oh damn!
He served it now.
Yeah.
But
which then promotes Josh Tomo to P1.
Because Josh has actually been doing pretty well in the last few races. In Monza, he was on the podium, and here he's on the podium. I mean,
yeah.
Josh, he's a great lad. I speak to him a lot. He's one of the drivers who I talk to him as a person, not as a driver, so I have respect for him, and I know he's been chasing this for a while, so
yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Good. Hang on. Well, I'm not going to say what I was about to say. In the words of Paranoid, good evening, Ledge. How are we? Are we all okay? So good evening, Callum. How are we? How are we, Phil? By the way, good evening, everyone. CPs, if you can get your drivers to tell me how the lobby is looking, please. Message me their response. So I'll just say that is that in terms of desync regards, because from our point of view, desync's fine.
There's no lag.
There is no desync. There is absolutely zero desync whatsoever. Starting my new job tomorrow. Excited. Let's go, Callum.
Let's go.
Sorry,
Dan, you have to tell me more about that off the stream. I'm interested to hear.
Yeah, Moose, I don't know why you're asking about the lobby. The lobby is perfectly fine, and I wouldn't be surprised if drivers who are saying that the lobby isn't fine are drivers at the back or have had unlucky things this race. Wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, lobby's perfectly fine. There's no desync.
I think it's just weather conditions. I think that's it. But
oh, Forzan's already started.
No, well, when I looked, he hasn't. But
no, in the Discord chat.
Yeah, but I checked it earlier.
Nah. I think it's excused. But that looks very much on purpose. I'm not meaning to accuse. But if you look at it back, moving left on a straight, no one apart from Jetpack could do that. You know. I think Rio was just cooking. Rio was just cooking, so you know, I'm just gonna say, hold up, let him cook.
Is it like is it the fact that they can't like physically do it, or is it just like the mental? Is it a mental or a physical barrier? Because I think with Jetpack, he usually hits the physical one before the mental one.
Jetpack just has a skill barrier. That's what he has. There's a reason he hasn't raced for half of this season. You know.
I'm so sorry, Jetpack.
I'm not sorry. I'll be honest. I insult you every single race, and it's not going to change even if you're on the grid next season or not. Am I seeing Final Flame on the podium? Yes, you are indeed. Show penalties, please, of course. 3 seconds for the monster Jacobo Andreas, 3 seconds for Oliveira, 6 seconds for Oliver, 3 seconds for Tibbs, and 6 seconds for J Hawes.
How long has this safety car been out, bro? It feels like an eternity.
Not sure. Final Flame, yes, he's on the podium. And I'm not even going to say Lionel Lane, because the man could actually prove everyone wrong. I'll be honest, and if he proves everyone wrong, Final Flame, you're going to gain a lot of my respect. And if you gain my respect, you're going to gain a lot of Formula V's respect. Because I like to assert myself.
He already has my respect. I respect people who keep coming back at it with a positive outlook, even though a race after race, it doesn't look good. Because eventually, by the end of it, you end up with a result like this in a good position to prove. And then when you do prove people wrong, you come back and be like, I'm capable of that. Screw all of you guys. And he already has my respect.
We have mathematics. If the Williams don't gain points as it stands, Ray keeps his job. So, safety cars in this lap. As it stands, Alfa Romeo may get P2 in the championship. Haas would still be Constructors' champion, but safety cars in this lap, Josh Tomo is going to lead us away. But currently, Final Flame is the reason Ray is going to keep his job. The man who's been trash-talking Ferrari all season could be the chance to save Ferrari here. Due to Ferrari having a higher position throughout the season. Fair enough. Can an admin give me access to Div 1 chat? I want to see it. No, first, Callum. You go, you heard him. But lap 20 or 28, it's all on when Josh Tomo is looking to go. Obviously in these very damp conditions, and it has stopped raining, so it will be drying. We might see a dry period before the end of the race. Josh Tomo has gone. Can confirm. He has gone. 20 of you guys in the stream, welcome on this Saturday evening. I can confirm that I believe Andreas has been caught napping very hard at the minute, as Panda already making moves on Mamazelda in P10. Josh has led them away and has kept P1. No other moves at the minute. Troy's round the back of Final Flame for the moment. As Oliver, Mamazelda, I believe, has spun round. Verify has got past Andreas. Verify needs a lot of positions. Final Flame gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. He's on the back of Fraser Fishy. And Troy's also on the back of Final Flame. I'm sorry for the lackluster of comms and the energy of comms currently.
Is there any battles going on?
Not really. Well, there is a three-way battle at the minute between P2, P3, P4. As Troy's going to send it down the inside of Final Flame. Sorry to interrupt you, but he has got it done. Yes.
Okay. I was just going to bring up Fraser Fishy having a quiet race, and he's currently in P2.
And Final Flame's going to come back at Troy as they go now into the long left-hander. Can Final Flame get the move done on Troy? No, for Troy breaks late, but Final Flame's got the outside line. Can he get it done? No, Troy keeps it.
For the next, though.
No, Troy keeps it.
Troy kept it.
He's in P3.
Camera angles can be deceiving.
So Verify, obviously with no penalties, would have P4 in this race. Would still not be enough for Constructors. Verify needs a win. He needs a win to win the Constructors, and Troy to finish below P7, which seems unrealistic, but knowing this race so far, anything can happen. Quite frankly, Josh Tomo 1.5 seconds ahead of Fraser Fishy. Could this be the race that Josh Tomo gets his first and elusive win in Formula V Division 1? Obviously, Williams. Yes, please.
Update.
Yes.
Update. J4 is still on loose slicks.
Oh, for goodness sake. So because it's 19 points, basically what Alpine need is they need Troy to finish below P7 with a P2 and fastest lap or a win. That's what they need. Well, P7 and or P6 and below actually, if Alpine get P1. But it's quite hard because you're against a man who is quite literally the most dominant man we've ever seen in Formula V history and has almost spun it as I said that. But Josh Tomo 1.2 seconds ahead in the Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo are looking very strong. P1, P5 at the moment. Jacobo is in P5 in his last ever race in Formula V. P5 finish for him would be just an amazing result for him as he's looking to get past one of his rivals at the moment. Final Flame goes for a look down the inside, a quite unrealistic look down the inside. However, track is trying, so we're literally just waiting on that period for slicks. We might see 2 or 3 laps where drivers are on the slicks. End of an era. It truly is the end of an era, and Jacobo has a little bit of a moment there. The monster might seize an opportunity out. Whoa, Jacobo's teleporting. just can confirm, Jacobo's teleporting. That man has bigger Wi-Fi connections than Passetti. If you know who Passetti is, then you know who Passetti is. He's got the biggest Wi-Fi connection issues, but Jacobo has got big Wi-Fi connection issues. You've just seen how much he's teleported. As Oliver's retired!
Mercedes hopes and dreams.
And it is another safety car!
Mercedes fans cry out in despair. I don't think...
If your name is Adam, then your chances at team principal next season are 0. You have tried, however, it is dry. So I'm assuming people will now pit under this safety car.
Unless they all blunder
Tibbs!
again.
Tibbs has pits under the safety car! Oh my
wow,
god!
He just needs to catch up.
Yes, in which he will because of the grip.
Is it still the track? Might
no,
still
it's
be
dry. It's dry.
Like, no, it's in like greasy. It might still be greasy.
No, Tibbs is fine.
He seems
it's
okay
dry
for now, but the later sections might get a little bit greasy. But I don't know. I'll have to.
I think it's dry. I'll be honest. Tibbs may get some good points out of this.
It actually doesn't look very greasy. There's still a little bit of precipitation in the later sections.
One problem is, however, Jacobo is going to lose out a lot of positions here because of double stacking from Alfa Romeo. And obviously, Jacobo isn't allowed to go illegally slowly because it's illegal. He can't hold up drivers for a double stack unless he wants a penalty after the race. So Alfa Romeo have either got to risk Jacobo going out for another lap or double stacking and him losing positions. So he's losing positions no matter what. It's just how many, and are they going to take a risk?
Double stacking.
Who are, sorry?
Williams.
Oh yeah, Williams are as well. So more hope for Ray in his job. Obviously, we want to see Ray keep his job, but again, we want to see Rayhan keep his job. So you know, nonetheless, as Troy's pitting, Jacobo's pitting. Final Flame is staying out.
Oh, I mean, I admire it, but I don't think this is going to work as well as we all
I don't think this is going to work at all, quite frankly. As Josh, pitting for softs. Troy, I think everyone should be pitting for softs.
Yeah, it should be for softs. It should be for softs.
But Final Flame...
The monster's on mediums, okay.
He will have a tyre advantage at the end of the race, but Andrea's losing a lot of positions. Panda's obviously going to have a big advantage.
Hasn't mustered anything. Tibbs
no, he hasn't.
Not mustered anything.
He's got P11. Maybe P10, maybe even P9, depending... Ooh.
No.
Where's Tibbs? No, can't. Oh, unless he... No, he can't. So, we have a few lap sprint.
Oh, actually, I dare say this might actually kind of work for Fire Flame. Slim intermediates. Oh, it could be on.
No, not against new softs in dry conditions. No chance.
Oh yeah, 100%. But
so Josh Tomo, it's his for the taking, but there will be DRS.
Yeah, essentially, what I'm saying is, yes, great, you've got slim intermediates. Bad because everyone else is on softs and DRS will be in for the final lap of the race. So, you have the pros, but you have way more cons.
I know.
Final Flame, I think it's within his best interest just to stick it out and see what happens.
And if you just heard me drinking just then, I would like to say thank you. As I actually think I'm actually quite sick at the minute because I have a very bad nose. I've got a cold, sorry. That's probably one bit, sort of, I sound sick, sorry. It's because I am sick. Rain is the biggest L in the race. What has happened for Ray to survive? Basically, as it stands, Ray will keep his job, obviously, because Final Flame is in P1. However, if Final Flame pits, Ray's going to lose his job. And he has to make up a lot of positions. So, Williams, I think need a double points finish of like P5 and above P8, and Ray loses his job.
I think Final Flame is better off just staying out and defending than going in and
which he's done.
Pitting.
Jay Hall. Is Jay Hall still even in the session? I think, yeah, he is.
Clue.
Yeah, he is. He is.
But I think Final Flame's better out staying out. I
The
don't think
monster,
he's
stop
gonna win 'cause he
asking me
knows
for
he has that
penalties,
penalty.
man. Everyone's got
think
3
he
seconds
knows-
apart from J-Hall, sorry.
Final Flame, I think, knows he's lost because he has those 3 seconds. I think he's just trying to stick out to see as high of a position he can get. And he knows he's going to fall back the order, but I think he knows that if he paid for softs, he'll just end up right at the back. But if he tried to defend out, he might end up more closer to the midfield. So I think it's a bit of a pros and cons, but I think he's had the better of the 2 options here. I mean, the best option would have been just to pit, but like when you were meant to pit, but.
So,
like,
I'm just going to give you a little bit of, you know, insights. The reason why drivers are asking for desync is because the only reply we've got is from Jacobo, because the lobby is fine. They're all going against Jacobo. Everyone is saying that Jacobo is the reason why the lobby is so messed up, basically.
But I don't see the lobby being messed up, usually on...
It's because Jacobo is teleporting and drivers are reporting it for desync. When it's not desync, it's just terrible Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
I'm having a look at
desync,
Forzan's point of view as well on the
affected.
incident. Sorry, it's in the Discord chat, by the way, in Division 1. And I'm not going to lie, Rio has just came and gone straight into the left-hand side of Forzan. Yeah.
It's not looking good.
It's not looking good for him.
Good.
Safety car is in this lap. Now, for the past 3 races that myself and Cameron have commentated on, we've had a sprint at the end. This is no exception. Final Flame is going to lead them away. And for some reason, you get the best comms when there's a sprint at the end of the race, which I don't know why, but I love it as well because my voice is now going to be terminally ill and seeming to never come back. But thank God we have like a month's break.
I probably will not get any say in these last 3 laps. Matty will just do his thing. But good luck, everyone. Last 3 laps, you got this.
I don't
If
know
anything, enjoy it because it's some of y'all's last races. And yeah, have some fun, lads.
Yeah.
Don't get too dirty.
With 3 laps to go, no more safety cars will be able to come in. So it is literally a race to the finish. A race to end the Formula V season. Final Flame will be leading us away, but Josh Tomo looking likely for the win. Troy's in P3. There's still a Constructors' title left to win. When will Final Flame go? He's got to go before the line. And he's gone. He has gone. As Josh... Oh my goodness, there's already an incident and it is involving the monster. The monster has gone straight into the wall. But Final Flame gets the best restart of the bunch. It's going to go to 3 wide potentially as Final Flame outbraces himself. Josh Tomo inherits the lead. But it's absolute carnage. At the back, Fraser Fisher's been spun round. The McLaren Panda's gone round as well. But it is Troy in P2. He's going to look for the move on Josh. Maybe for the lead and potentially the win of this race. As Jacobo, maybe even a double Alfa Romeo podium. This could be amazing. Andreas looking for the move on Final Flame as well. He drops himself down to P5 and Verified looking to take things cautiously. Oliveira's there as well. Oliveira maybe going to go for a double overtake into P5. He gets it done. Outbraces himself in the process. Verified hits the back of him.
Matty's controller's disconnected.
Of course my controller's disconnected, that's such my luck. As Troy has in fact, I'm about to get told, I'm sorry that was anticlimactic, I'm so sorry. But I'm being called as well by my parents to shut up, so everything's going on currently, but I can deal with them later. As Troy is looking on the back here of Josh, it's 2.5 tenths, this separate them. Lap 26 to 28, we have 2 laps to go. It's a 2-horse race for the win, and let's verify can get past these cars ahead. I'm so sorry about all of this this controller disconnecting stuff. It's absolute carnage at the minute in terms of my part.
On TikTok.
Maybe going on TikTok, but I do not care for this. This entire 3 laps can go on TikTok. You can clip it as well if you'd like to. Fraser Fisher looking to get past Tibbs to re-salvage some points from this race. Gonna go down the inside into P7. He's now got to catch up to the group ahead, but the win is so close. A win potentially for Josh Tomo. If he let Jacobo through, there could be a chance that Jacobo could get the win, but it's unrealistic. However, a podium for Jacobo is still on if Verify and Fraser Fisher don't do well. But Josh, realistically, can he keep Troy behind for 2 laps? We've seen Victor do it. We've seen other drivers do it. Can Josh be another person to cement his name into the Formula V history books? To cement his name, Oliveira's gone! Oh, Oliveira's gone round! Sadly. So sadly. Verify's got to put his step on the gas as Andreas and Giacomo are going side by side. Giacomo's lost the car. Andreas is ahead on track. And Josh, he's got DRS, obviously Troy next lap. He's got to hold on for one more lap. It is the final lap of season 6, the final lap of the season. A new winner, his first potential win in Formula V, or the most dominant man in Formula V history for this season. A double Constructors' Championship it is looking like for CPI Troy and Haas. It is his final race, potentially for Formula V. Williams have got the fastest lap of the race. Penalties are shown on screen. However, we have one more lap left of racing here. Oh, you've heard that before at Singapore. Turn 1, it is Josh versus Troy for the win of the race. Yes, Alpine can still win the Constructors, but if it is Troy who messes up, potentially, we will see as Josh 2.5 tenths clear of the House of Troy. Troy's just going to keep it cool, calm and collected. I'm going to turn the telemetry on. It's 40% versus 50%. I'm going to turn it back off once again. Troy maybe looking for the move down the inside. He goes for it into the hairpin. He sends it down the inside. Can he get it done? Yes, he's going to get a better exit. It's going to be Josh. Josh with every little beat that he has in that Scouse heart of his in the Alfa Romeo. He's got to push it to the limits because it's the first win of his career that he's chasing. Troy, he's going to go down the inside, but Andreas is lingering. Can Troy get it done? Yes, but Josh is on the inside for the next corner. Is he going to get it done? There's contact between them. Troy's got it. Josh is going to get it. They're side by side still. Josh goes to the inside. He sends it down the inside of Troy. Troy gets the switch back. Oh my goodness me, this is one barrack. It is chaotic. It is climactic. But Troy, through everything, Josh has lost it on the last lap. He still eludes, but Troy, he has managed from the setback earlier in the race. He's the driver's world champion, and for the second time in a row, Haas are the season 6 constructors champions as Troy wins in Kota. It is Josh in P2. Verify keeps the championship alive, but it is P3. Giacomo in his final ever race in Formula V manages to secure P4. It's Fraser Fishy in P5. Andreas in P6. Panda in P7, Tibbs in P8, Oliveira is in P9, the Monster is in P10, Jails P11, Final Flame is in P11, and sorry I just burped. However, whose job is being lost, I think, after 6 seasons of Ferrari team principal, I do believe the Final Flame and Infernal Cheese haven't managed to pull it through. As I believe it is going to be Ray and Suzuki who have completely lost.
Troy hitting the gritty. Hopefully not for the last time. It would be it would be sad to lose such a prodigy, but here he does stand, drivers and constructors champion. So well done to Haas. I mean, they signed Troy, God, 2 seasons ago.
Because of
and
CF.
Ever since then, Haas have just been up and on the up and up.
Yeah. So, there is your results. We have Josh, Troy, Josh, Verified, Giacomo, Fraser Fishy, Andreas, Panda, Tibbs, Oliveira, The Monster, J Hawes, Final Flame, Mamzelda rounds off your finishers. Oliver, Rio, Forzan, Jammy, Aiden Jones, and Infernal Cheese are the people who have been, well, disconnected. For interviews, however, Giacomo obviously will get an interview. Troy will obviously get an interview if you'd like it. Josh and Verify can also get an interview if optional. So what I'm going to do is just going to add them all. Troy.
I think it should be Troy, Josh, and Verify get the interview. Giacomo can come if he wants and if he's free to. I think that's how it should work because we interview.
Have I been done for mass mentioning? I've been done for mass mentioning. What?
Let me just add them all to the pie and see who joined.
Yes, please.
Who was it? Josh?
Josh, Verify.
Oh, dudes, we're getting the band back together.
Yeah.
God, I haven't spoken to Josh and Verify in so long. Like,
yeah, I'll allow Jacobo.
Nice. I'll make sure I say hi.
Verify's gonna have an interview. I wanna hear these guys' interviews. I'll be honest, because you know. But Jacobo's joined the party. Apparently, there's tears coming from him. I'm honestly not surprised. I mean, I know it's a Formula V race. You can slate him all you want, but personally, I believe it's justified. So we will just wait for people to join. If Troy doesn't join, yeah. Oh my God, you can hear the tears. The last person I can remember who was crying over a Formula V race was Kieran when he won the Season 2 championship in Portugal. There you go. So, Verify's joined the party, someone else, Josh has joined the party, everyone's joining the party. However, I believe we are just waiting on Troy. Is Troy going to join the party? We're not sure.
I have no clue.
I'll mute my mic.
Oh my God.
It's okay,
oh my God, this is breaking my heart. It's breaking my heart, no. This is actually breaking my heart.
Take a moment, it's okay. Both of you take a moment, just...
No, this is gonna actually get me tearing up, and I'm not saying this for the stream either. This is actually gonna start tearing me up in a minute.
Oh,
Jacobo, mute your mic, man, please, please, please. I'm not crying on the stream, please. No, I'm not crying on the stream. No, please. I'd be finished forever. Right, Troy's joined. We'll do Jacobo last. We'll give him some time. Verified. I'll start with you. You quite literally had a team on your back today. I know Aiden was racing. Obviously, he had that early DNF. You just talked me through the race and basically talked me through your season as a whole.
My most successful season, so I guess I'm happy about that so far since I've been in Formula V. Overall, at the start of the race, I was over the moon. I found myself in P1.
Yeah.
Troy was down in the deep somewhere. And I thought, oh my God, is it going to happen?
Yeah.
Are we going to get him? And then, you know, the forecast, because this game is not that good, decides to rain lap 11 when it doesn't say it's going to rain until the end of the race. So I thought I'd stay out.
Yeah.
So really, I got P3, but I'm absolutely gutted and upset right now.
Well, as an Alpine team member, a person who's raced a solid one race this season for Division 1, I can say that on behalf of Alpine, we are extremely proud of you for everything you've done this season. So I'm going to ask basically, how did the safety cars change your race today?
I don't know actually. I mean, it was just my guess on whether to go on dries or not, because according to the forecast, it wasn't going to rain for long. So I thought, that little hass at the back is like playing silly games. And maybe I'll go to dry, but yeah. And then went to the back, and then I came back to the front. Yeah.
Cameron, do you have anything for Verify?
I just want to say hi, Verify. It's been a long time since before. I mean, yeah, you did the whole hokey cokey up and down the grid, in out, you shook it all about.
Yeah, emotions were running high. I was not happy at all.
I honestly was trying to justify you staying out on, slicks, although I could not find an excuse other than...
Yeah, no, sorry, Cameron, I'm going to interrupt you. Why did you stay out on hard? Because that baffled me.
I have a picture of the forecast, and it doesn't say it's going to rain till later on, and it rains for half an hour.
So when it was tipping it down, and every other person on the grid was on the intermediates, you thought, do you know what? I'm gonna stick on the slicks, because that was your thought. Do you know what? Whatever happens, respect it. Fair enough.
I saw the sun. The sun was creeping through.
It's not that. It's the fact that you saw everyone pit onto inters, and you might have been like, "Oh, I didn't realise it was raining. I'll pit next lap," but you didn't pit next lap either. So that was like me. I was just like, why would Verify do this other than the fact he runs higher downforce usually? But
it's just a very bold gamble that I went for again, and again it didn't pay off. Well, but then it did in the end, I guess. But Troy won the race, so congrats. And Hassel winning to constructors as well. We almost got, yeah.
To speed up time, Verify, I'm sorry, we're not going to give you any more questions, but congratulations nonetheless. You can stay in the party for the rest of the interviews if you like. If you don't, you're more than welcome to leave. And
I want to hear Jacobo cry.
Enjoy the rest of your evening. Josh, I'm going to go up next to you. Genuinely, I'm so sorry for you. Troy, you're the eater of people's dreams. In some ways I love you for it, and in some ways I absolutely hate you to your soul. However, we're not on Troy yet, we're on Josh. Josh, you were commanding the majority of that race today, and arguably you lost it on the last lap. Talk me through those last few laps from your point of view.
Oh, those last few laps were chaos because we're just waiting for the safety car to go and go and go. All we need was one more lap on the safety car, and it would have made my life so much easier. Because the DRS screwed me at the end. Because I just forgot about managing DRS while defending against Troy, so I just messed up a lot. But yeah, no, it was a stressful race, but also a good one. And it was like one of them where it's just a lot's happening around you, but I'm benefiting from it, so it was good.
There is also some controversy, as we're all in the party. I'm gonna stir the pot now. There's some controversy of Troy having illegal overtakes. Are we pushing for a report here? Alfa Romeo, any one of you can answer.
100%, we're pushing for 2 reports.
Yes. Okay. So, Troy, your win may be in jeopardy. So, Josh, for now, I will say congratulations on your second place. But this could be a win, potentially, in a way that you maybe didn't want it. But, Cameron, do you have anything to say?
Can I say hello to the Joshua Thomas? Hello, Joshua Thomas. When I was muted on the last lap, I was spectating you, and I was like, just get him, Josh. Like, Troy is a great racer, and I knew there was a little bit of me that was like, Troy's got this, but then I was like, Josh, like, go get him. But because it'll be in your first win, and I was like, it would mean a lot, I would think. But no, I mean, who knows? It could still be possible. May not be on track yet, but that's the next stage, isn't it? So, good guys.
Thank you, mate.
Again, speeding up interviews, I'm sorry we don't have, well, obviously people have got evenings and stuff to go to. Troy, I'm going to go to you next. Obviously, you've not only single-handedly, I'm going to say this single-handedly, obviously you had pink eye for most of the season, but he's been banned from racing because of an incident that happened in Zandvoort. You know, you've basically single-handedly won Haas this championship. What are your thoughts on today's race?
Yeah, well, it was an entertaining one for sure. It's gonna be fun to watch back the last couple of laps. And yeah, I don't know, to be honest. I spun in the beginning of the race. And I knew that it would be hard to come back, but I know that if anyone is going to do it, it's me, you know. That's what I always say. So,
Cameron, what?
To prove myself right.
You need to watch what I said about you in qualifying, because I said to you, because we, I don't know if you remember this, but in the very last race of last season, we gave you the interview and we said, what are your prospects for next season? And you said, I want to win, dominate, and repeat, basically. That's what you said, but obviously you're not going to repeat it because you're not here with us next season. So, speaking of next season, I'm sorry to not twoodle on your championship wins, I'll get to that in a second. What are your plans for next season, if you can reveal any of them now?
To win, man, as always. It doesn't matter if I'm on or off track, man. I'm there to win. So that's gonna be the plan. It's gonna be difficult, and it's gonna be hard, man, because I love to get involved, you know, and like the only one you can really rely on to 100% is always yourself. So it's gonna be yeah, hard to like drop the ball to other drivers to fill those seats, but yeah, the guys I'm gonna bring in, hopefully I can trust to 100% as well. So
I also want to take into account that this man is in fact the PS owner of CPI esports, so I wouldn't be surprised if 2 CPI guys come into the grid next season, just saying. But anyways, obviously you've won the Constructors' Championship today, a valiant challenge from Alpine and Verify. So, you know, did it look ever in doubt from your point of view today in the race, or was it always, we've won this?
For real, man, it was one moment, you know, when me and my teammate, we were both in the mud, to be honest. It didn't look good. It didn't look good at all. And I was thinking, shit, man, are we really about to lose this? But yeah, we recovered pretty well. And to be fair, the Alpines, they've been driving great, especially towards the second half of the season. Today they had a sort of a disaster clause, to be honest, because they were in such a great position, and then they DNF, so they lowered their position and brings out a safety car, which benefited both me and my teammate. So it was like a win-win for us, to be honest, when that situation occurred, and I think that changed everything, to be honest.
Cameron, you got anything to say to Troy?
No, I mean, he's done what he said he would do. I'll never forget the interview. I think the first race in, it was like, I'm here to win again. I ain't backing down. And he just left mid-interview, and I was just like, Chad moment. No, I mean, I admire you. Your confidence and your willpower is a great thing.
He can talk the talk, but he can most certainly walk the walk.
Yeah, it will be a shame to lose you, but I'll make sure we hear from you a little bit throughout the season.
And speaking of losing drivers, we are losing the driver who has started the most races in Formula V history, Jacobo. Obviously, I've never heard a driver cry over a Formula V race since Kieran winning his title in Season 2, back in Portimao when I did Comms with Paranoid. Obviously, you are one of, if not the greatest driver to ever step foot in a car in Formula V history, and coming from a man who has some differences with you on track, it takes a lot for me to say it, but it is kind of true. Jacobo, how are you feeling?
Amazing. Wow, I couldn't have asked for a better final race. Just, I don't know what to say. It feels amazing. To see Josh win as well. He's raced just as long as me in this league. He was always so close. See him finally win, it's amazing.
Well, potentially after reports. So, sorry, I will announce something after this interview as well. But it is about this matter, don't worry, it's not irrelevant. So, yeah, Jacobo, obviously, you know, talk me through your race today, your final race today. You know, talk me through it from your point of view.
I don't know if you saw my start. It was perfect. It was a P8 maybe, and I had a good rhythm and everything. And then there was an incident up ahead. Troy was spun. I tried to slow down. I just tapped him and got wing damage. Got a 5-second penalty on top of it. So. I didn't want to pit early and bog down to the 19th. I stayed out with the wing damage, fended off Aiden for a few laps. Then a safety car came out. I finally pit, took the hit, went down. I made a big mistake. I went onto the hards, and as soon as I left the pit, it was wet. And so yeah, went back in onto the inters. From then on, I was just pushing, and then there was some incident in Sector 1. And Troy was just behind me, and yellow flags were out. He got ahead, so I will be reporting that. I'm sure that'll be a penalty. Because I kept looking at him. I looked at the top left. It said warning, yellow flags, whatever. Yeah. Then just good pace, I guess. I finally had some good pace.
Yeah.
Made a nice overtake on the monster. I love that on the fast right hand. Yeah. And then it was just till the end, just praying that Josh can bring home the P1, just watching him battle Troy up ahead.
Well, before I ask Cameron to say something, I'm going to ask you my final question. Phil has just announced, and I can confirm, Jacobo, you are going into TP of Alfa Romeo next season, as you have been claimed as worthy, in the words of Phil, of the Alfa Romeo team principal spot. So, before Cameron asks, what are your plans for next season as team principal?
I don't really want to discuss them now. I'm still a driver as of right now. I'll get down to business tomorrow or whatever during the week. I have plans. The plan is to win both championships.
Okay.
But yeah, for now I want to celebrate with the team.
Fair enough. Cameron, anything you would like to say?
I mean, I don't want to make Jacobo cry again, but Jacobo, it's been an honour. It'll be a shame to lose you on track. I admire your great resilience, because no matter the outcome, you just have a positive outlook, come back at it again next week, and I tell you what, I could never ever have that, and it's something I look up to. It's just, you've seen it all and you stood tall through it, if I dare say. He's done it his way. Yeah, I just, come back strong. It would be nice to see what I'm about as a team principal.
Well, enough on that bombshell. Jacobo, I'll give you some words after the stream's over. I do promise. However, for all of these guys sitting in the party, congratulations on all of your accolades for this season. There are going to be people who are leaving, there are going to be people who are staying, and there are going to be newcomers coming next season. That is unfortunately where myself and Cameron have to cut ties to the stream. We have ended season 6 upmost on a high. It has been an amazing race here at the Circuit of the Americas, and honestly, I wouldn't want to do comms with anybody else. If you guys would like to leave the party, you're more than welcome to. However, it has been absolutely... You can? Just give me 2 seconds. I'll say the sentence, then sure. It's been absolutely amazing for this entire season. So many drivers that we've seen come up through the ranks, through all the divisions. Cameron, please say your final word before I fully wrap up.
Thank you for me though, sure. You guys mean I'm not as elite, not as a league. I can't. Words don't express to see this league continue going and prosper. Here's to another season, and let's make it as good as this one.
So, yeah, I mean, I am, yeah, I'm quite literally, I'm speechless because of this. And you know what? Instead of my usual outro, actually no, I'm going to do that anyways, but I'm going to just say, I already said it earlier in the stream, but I'm going to say it in a way that would get the point across very nicely. Myself and Cameron, obviously, we have an agreement with Formula V every year, or not every year, every season, if we're going to still do commentary next season or not. And to answer that, we're not fucking leaving. So, that is going to be it here from myself and Cameron. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you guys have, then please make sure to hit the follow button, and we will see you all next season. Thank you, and good night.